Peace, family. This is Shofar from Faux Show Energy Work.
And this is Kirti from Dilse Culture.
And we are here to talk to you today about alchemy and burning. So, this is about the masculine energy. And again, we put emphasis on energy. It's not about gender. And we want to talk about two phenomena. The intentions of this video is to talk about two phenomena with the masculine energy, two ways that the energy can play out as far as it relates to relating, first with ourselves and then in relationships. Alchemy being the ability to take something and make it go up in vibration, to transmute it, to make it operate at a higher vibration, which is a natural function of the masculine. And then the toxic, or how it can also play out, though, if we haven't been doing our inner work and everything, is that it can burn. It can actually, which actually does still take things to a higher vibration, but it doesn't do so gracefully, or does so in a more painful way. So we want to speak a little bit about that, about the masculine energy and how that plays out. I'll start that one off a little bit.
Yeah.
Is what we see in relating sometimes when the masculine, is in relating with the feminine, is that there's a place where we may be able to, you may see things in the woman's life that you could help with, or even if you're just approaching for the first time, to be in a place of being able to help, first off, having done enough work in ourselves, and alchemizing enough of our own, taking the things that did not feel like love and transmuting them and helping them go to a higher vibration. So the fears and the mistrust and these different quote unquote negative vibrations or emotions, and doing the self inner work there to alchemize them and transmute them and take them to a higher vibration, so now they feel like love and joy and happiness.
Yeah.
When we approach the feminine not having done enough work, we are actually going to burn, if you will. It's not going to be in a graceful way. It will be, you may still cause things to move forward in her life, but it may actually look like chaos. Since you are in the know of it, why not do it in a different way? So yeah, what do you think a little bit about the whole burning and alchemy thing?
Yeah. I think that's great. I love those terms that you're using, and it's interesting because the first thing I thought of when you said burn was like just things burning to ash, right? And when I think of alchemy, it's like composting. It's not like we're just throwing it away, but we're using the qualities of what wasn't serving us, like what you're talking about, the fears, like those emotions. And we are going to, in alchemy, we are going to take the properties of those things that provide value, and we're going to up level. We're going to transmute, right? And alchemy, I mean, the scientific process of alchemy, isn't it technically to create something new, from other materials, like in a real layman's, of course, for different purposes and such, but it's for understanding that science. So the idea of alchemy and compost versus, let's think of it as trashing and burning, so you really have a choice. If it makes you feel good to trash and burn yourself, definitely I would say look into what in you feels you deserve so much pain.
Right. And then, and if you're feminine, if you're a woman attracting that type of thing, what makes you feel like you deserve that much pain? Like, know that the masculine energy, the Ming Men fire, the fire that sits, the Kundalini, the energy that sits on the kidneys, the right kidney, what the Chinese call the Ming Men fire or whatever. That energy, it wants to move things. It wants to alchemize. It wants to be a catalyst for things. And so, it's the energy that we feel in our balls. That all those sperm moving around, it creates this electricity and everything. It wants to move on something. So it's nothing wrong with that. But when we don't do the inner work, instead of stepping to the feminine and helping her to alchemize, we're actually burning down and causing pain and, unnecessary, struggle and challenge.
So what I hear you're saying is that, yeah, it's definitely our process and our own individual practice, and it's also about stepping into that ring with your partner or whoever you're relating with, sibling, whoever. A lot of times we assume relating as partners, but I just, like, a side note is that the way you're relating with your family members and friends, don't think that it's totally independent of how you're relating and showing up for your partner. There's probably some unique intricacies there. So yeah, what I'm hearing you say is that at the same time we need to be very wary meaning in tune, not scared. So I'm going to reframe that language, like very aware, not wary, very aware of the energies that we are calling into our physical and energetic presence, in the sense of, are they here to trash and burn, or are they here to compost and alchemize? And yes, first and foremost, it's your responsibility to do that for yourself, because then when you do that for yourself, you're going to be very, very sensitive to when alternative energies come into your field, and how to process that with grace. Because there's actually, I feel, and Sho, you tell me how you think about this, but I feel that once you even might notice that an alternate energy, or for what you sense, like, oh, okay, this is more of a trash and burn vibration that's coming into me, more of like a conquer and take over type thing, and just by any means necessary, right? Versus, wow, this is about connection and really understanding who I am, so that my partner is sensing, or the person that I'm talking to or relating to can sense what I'm feeling, and that what I'm desiring to compost and to alchemize. And when you guys can have that clear understanding, then no matter whatever way you interact with each other, you can hold the space for the other person. And if that sounds like, what do you mean by hold the space? Like, what does that mean? It's almost like you can, with your presence, you can create such an intricate sense of understanding that you let the other person be in fullest expression. While honoring, of course, like Sho's talking about, like, because what's happening is, the reason you're even having the conversation in the first place is you attracted it for your own alchemy. So in that sense, it's like, this is purposeful for both of us. So it's not just like, oh man, this person is trash and burn, I can't relate to them, no way. It's like, oh wow, this person is trash and burn, what in me is trash and burn right now? What in me has, like, put out this beam, put out my Batwoman signal to now call in this force to help see me and see something that I'm working through, that's actually permission, and it's asking me, hey, work through this. You get what I'm saying?
I love what you're saying there, Kirti, because there are some plants out there that the only time that the seed germinates is after a fire.
Wow.
So again, we're not even trying to shit on or downplay. Sometimes we call people in our life because we need to burn some shit down.
It's time.
So, but if you're in a place where you've done enough work, or you're actually introspective now at this point, and you don't want to call that, and that's what we're speaking to, but there's sometimes when we have to go through the burn, but one thing to think about, what we're talking about is the tree of life, is the ability to catalyze or to alchemize, to bring online different personalities, or different personality traits, or different Orisha or Devas, or netters, whatever you want to call it, whatever culture you're pulling it from, to be able to bring different parts or aspects of ourselves online at will to change things. Another way of saying it is that another way of saying it is, if you think about a forest fire and it can start with just a small little spark and burn down a tree, that's one way of doing the tree of life. You still might have a seed to germinate from that, and then a whole new forest is born. That's one way. But another way is, what we're talking about as alchemy, is photosynthesis from the sun. The sun, that big fire out there, and the tree being able to gracefully take the photosynthesis and do what it needs to do to keep growing. That's the difference. Either way, purpose is going to be played out, and there will be growth. It will always be growth, whether it's coming from the ashes and a new seedling comes up, or you do it gracefully and you keep growing your roots, and you don't have to burn down the tree. You actually use the photosynthesis, the changing and the alchemy of things, and do it in a different way. But what we're telling you all, and what we're coming into the knowledge of for ourselves, is that we can do it in a graceful way. We've done the burn thing. We've done the trash and burn. I love that phrase. We've done that already. And now we're in a place where we're looking to do the photosynthesis, to do it in a way that's...
The other way to look at it is like, if you look at nature, when leaves fall from the tree, they aren't falling and fighting about it, like holding on, like, oh God, it's not time. It's like, when it's time, it's just time. Right. And so in those ways, that's a great way to, it's a great way to see that in nature, we don't necessarily see a fight.
Right. Asha. Aho. Amen.
And so it is.
And so it is. And so it is, y'all. So that's the difference with alchemy and burning. Let us know what you think. Put some stuff in the comments down below. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And Kirti, let them know how they can reach you or get more information about what you do. You do some amazing things.
Sure. And I wanted to say that the alchemy and burning is your choice. Right? Would you say that?
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the whole intention of this. Is like, when we're not in consciousness, we may burn things down and we don't even have the choice because we're not cognizant. We don't know.
Okay. I got it.
So that's the main point of this video. But those of you who are watching this and you're stepping into your own knowing, you're stepping into divine beings as goddesses and gods on this planet, godmen on this planet, you're actually in a place where you can do the photosynthesis over the burning now.
Got it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So you can find me on Instagram, and my name on Instagram is dilse.kirti dance. That's dilse.kirti, KIRTI .dance. And links to all my work is there.
So cute how I like your eyes and titties.
You're going to edit that out, right?
Nope, we're leaving that. We're not editing that out. And again, I'm Shofar from Full Show Energy Work. And I do coaching for couples and singles, men and women. I do energy work with Kirti for couples and singles. I have a book, Sacred Orgasmic Living, Soul. And I do a series of workshops, Hip Hop Kundalini. I do with Kirti and two other dynamic friends. And also intimate relating and KISS, Keep It Simply Sensual. And have some other new ones coming out here soon, both of us. So we appreciate y'all for checking us out. Keep shining, keep climbing, y'all. Peace.
Peace.